Okay, y'all. So we are in Thailand, and I wanted to give a quick demo of the city property donation primer bot. This is one I just created. I created this over the weekend because of a question someone asked, can you get a city property donated to your nonprofit? And of course, that answer is yeah. I've been in this field for more than 25 years, and city property donation is one of the big things that nonprofits often get into when they're trying to secure space for the work that they do. Now, there's a process behind it. I'm not going to teach on that process right here in TyLand today. I will do a couple of talks about it in the actual TyLand, but this is what the TyLand City Property Donation Primer bot looks like, y'all. So I clicked on that. This is what I wanted to go to. There are a couple of conversation starters that we got right here in the primer. And just for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to say, here's my nonprofit program idea. Can you build me a proposal? Because a lot of folks say, they have a hard time writing what's proposed. They don't know what to say in order to get the city to approve the donation of a property. Now, what this particular GPT is going to do is ask you a bunch of questions. Again, I use the exact same strategy that I've been using for years to get this kind of stuff done. So it's not that you're just coming in and randomly prompting the GPT. It's asking you specific questions so that it can build you a proposal that actually works. All right. So it's asking you these questions. So what's your city and state? What's the kind of property you're looking for? What's your nonprofit status? Give me your mission in 1 or 2 sentences, plain language. So if y'all got these 19 paragraph mission statements, that ain't gonna work in here. It's gonna actually build it out a little bit for you. What do you intend to use the property for? How do you intend to operate it? Who's gonna run the stuff? What's your budget reality? Those kind of things. So let's go back and just trying to fill in with some hypothetical information. I'm gonna say Birmingham, Alabama. I'm gonna say looking at a building. I'm gonna say, yeah, I don't know the address, but if you knew the address, you could put the address in there. I don't know if it needs rehab or not. This is just hypothetical. I'm gonna say, I don't know the condition. 501c3 is my status. I'm gonna say 501c3. Again, I'm not being really technical with my responses. I'm just trying to get this done for the purposes of a demo, and you can see how this works, right? I've been operating for, I'll say 5 years. I'll say something like, what's my mission statement? And I'm going to use Be Worth Funding just hypothetically as a nonprofit that will be doing this work. So I'm going to say Be Worth Funding is my organization, and my mission might be to see Be Worth Funding. And my mission is to educate new and developing nonprofits in order to increase sustainability and capacity for service. Again, I just made that up kind of randomly anyway. Not a really good one, but that's one for you. All right. So how do I plan to use this? What kind of programs will I have? Who will it benefit? So I will have workshops and seminars. I will, we will be open. And I just like to talk to my Chat GPT kind of casual. So it's nothing technical going on here. From 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, right? That's what we're going to be doing. Who's going to run it? This is run by volunteers and one paid program coordinator. Again, this is what I'm putting here is not important. You want to make sure that you're saying something that is specific to your organization. How many partners are involved? If you have any partners, I have 2 partners. They're churches, and I'm just doing this, right? Do you have any funds available now for acquisition or repair? Now, you should have some funds. Don't be over here asking people to whole building and you got $0. Like, who gonna pay the light bill? Like, who gonna make sure, who gonna take care of the door if it falls on? Just like, that's your job. They already gave you the space, so you need a little bit going into this situation. All right. So, do you have any funds available for acquisition or repairs? I'm gonna say something small. I'm gonna say we got $10,000 available. Hopefully, if you're looking for a major space, you would have more funds than this kind of on hand to work out the issues that you might see around the space. If there's some repair that has to be done to the space and you don't have the funding yet, what's your expected funding plan? How are you going to raise money to get this done? So my expected funding sources might be donations. I might decide I might want to do a campaign for this fundraising campaign. Earned revenue, and I'm just making up stuff for the purpose of this thing. Grants are not guaranteed. Grants usually do not help with the purchase of space. It just depends on the kind of grant that it is and whether it's passed through. And they're saying, those are really rare, but grants will help in some cases take care of the space, take care of the programs that you have in the space. Can you cover ongoing costs like utilities and all this kind of stuff? You need to be saying yes. If not, you're going to find it really hard. But tell the truth about it. If you can't do it, then you say you can't do it. It's just going to mean that you're going to have a smaller likelihood of being awarded the property, okay? We can cover ongoing expenses. All right. And it's, how do you plan to steward this? Do you have insurance and all these things? I will obtain insurance because, I ain't in there yet. So, all right. Do I have a board? If you're looking for property, you need to have a board. If you are a nonprofit, you're supposed to have a board. So if your answer is no, you're not in compliance and you don't need to be getting into property yet. You need to get in compliance. Okay. So we have an active board. Is your board willing to pass a resolution to pursue the property? You should have already talked about this with your board. I'm going to say that the answer is yes. And I'm just going to say, if you can give me this within 90 days, we're going to be cool, right? So this, needed, or at least we need to get into this process within 90 days. It's going to give me a readiness score to let me know how ready I am to pursue this property. And it's going to kind of spell some of this stuff out for me right here. So we're going to go ahead and say, yeah, do this for me, please. Can you show me what I'm working with? Now, this readiness score and all that stuff, that's for you. That's for you to use internally so that you can know whether or not or how ready you are to pursue this property. But this is what the proposal might look like that you might present to the city once you get the opportunity. So there's a cover letter right there that gives my executive summary and all this kind of stuff, right? Talks about what I need, talks about why my organization exists and what it does and what it has been doing for 5 years, okay? And then it tells them what I want from them. I need for y'all to give me this property. That's that requested action right there. And then whatever your city is and wherever you're getting this information from, you can put that right there as the placeholder. You can go out and do this research, or you can ask the primer to actually do the research for you, and you can go in and you can put it in yourself. All right. So you've got the organizational overview, what that looks like, your community need. That's the narrative of what's going on in your organization. If you remember, I said I asked this bot to be truthful. So if there's anything that it has to make up, we won't include it. If there's something true, it will include it. It says no demographic or statistical claims are included beyond the organizational experience. So what I provided for you is what's there. You could include some other information. You can go back and do some research, or you could ask this to do the research for you. This is how we intend to use the space. This is how we are wanting to operate. This is what our budget looks like. This is our confirmed funds, and we're looking at getting some more funds to get this done. This is our plan to steward this thing. This is what our due diligence plan looks like. This is how we intend to implement and what phases it looks like. And this is the terms of transfer. Again, some of that stuff is on the city, so you want to confirm with the city. And you can actually ask this particular GPT to do those confirmations and tell you what the city is expecting. So you've got proof of insurance and you've got your resolution letter. Now, this is my score. This is, again, this does not go in the proposal, but it tells me how ready I am to pursue this. I'm not really ready based on what this says. First of all, I got to verify the city, the property. And I gotta make sure that I'm doing this the right way. Again, this is just your bot for this. It gives you a little bit of what you need to go on, but a lot of that is in the hands of the city. So checking out your city's process just behind it. It could fix these things for you. So if you want me to, I can look for property for you. If you want, I can confirm who I'm supposed to be going to get this done. You can request the basic condition of the property. It'll show you how to write that letter and write that correspondence to get that done. Drafting a board resolution, and you going out and getting a quote for insurance so that you can know what that is after you've already kind of identified what the conditions are with the space and what you need to have. All right. So next steps, you can verify the process if you wanted to. It can generate the emails if you wanted it to do that. It can tighten up the pitch for you if you wanted it to do that. It can help you with what you have to take to the city council if you wanted it to do that. So a very good beginning draft for your proposal. Now, there's other things that you want to do internally, like the budget. Once you figure out what is going on with the space, so once you figure out what's going on with the space, what kind of repairs are needed for the space, you can go back and you can do this all over again, and you can ask this same GPT to create a bot for you that will help you to create the right kind of budget that you need in order to get what you need from the space. All right, y'all. So that is the property donation request primer. If you're not already in TyLand, go to TyLand at www.tyboon.com/TyLand and get you one. All right. Bye, y'all.